This afternoon, we're talking about a campaign that combines a little friendly competition with a big impact. Blood Cancer United's Visionaries of the Year brings together local leaders who spend 10 weeks raising money for blood cancer research and support for patients and families. Joining us today are Katie Bolton, the executive director for the nonprofit, and Melissa Bailey Hall, who won last year's Seattle campaign. Thank you both so much for joining us today. Katie, for viewers who may not be familiar with this, what is Visionaries?
So Visionaries of the Year is a philanthropic competition. It's all about engaging community leaders to bring their networks, teams, friends, families, and companies and raise funds for the Blood Cancer United mission. Amazing.
And Melissa, you won last year, so tell us, what was that experience like and what drew you to do this?
Well, the experience was tremendous, and I think what really drew it to me was my connection to blood cancers in general and the journey that I went through, 19 years ago, and for me to be able to share that and create a team where our biggest purpose was to share awareness and bring awareness and raise as much money as possible for such a great organization really drew me in, and it was an incredible 10 weeks plus.
What were those 10 weeks like?
They were very intense. It was coordinating a team of 10 plus people. There were multiple events. We had personal asks, we did emails, we did reach outs, anything that you could think of to kind of move the needle one way or the other, we took advantage of. And we went full steam ahead. And so if you heard from us once, you probably heard from us about 5 times until we got what we needed.
Persistence is key.
Correct.
How much were you able to raise, and what did that mean to you when you heard those final numbers?
The final number, I believe, and Katie, correct me if I'm wrong, we ended that night with $137,000 total. And what that means to me is that other families just like mine will have funds for research and funds for assistance that may not have otherwise been present for them.
Incredible. And Katie, I know she touched on this. Where does all of this money go, and how does it directly help these patients and families? So what does that look like tangibly for someone going through this?
Absolutely. So I think what's so impactful about Blood Cancer United is we really look at everything that touches the patient. So it's anything from research to develop better treatments and outcomes. It's that patient support. So that can be anything from free information, financial assistance to help afford copays or treatments, as well as advocacy efforts to ensure that there are policies in place that protect our patients and their access to care. So it's really all of that coming together around a patient and their family to ensure that they get the best, most advanced treatment possible at a place that they can afford it and receive the care that they need.
Yeah, and Melissa, you know this firsthand, so people watching today, how can they support one of these year's candidates?
Well, this year we have 3 candidates, and the easiest way for you to do that is to go onto their page, their link, click on the link, and hit donate. And I believe you'll see those links here today.
Perfect. And again, just why is this campaign so important now for families that are facing blood cancers? And both of you, feel free to jump in on this.
Yeah, I think what's so critical is when you hear that diagnosis, your loved one has a blood cancer, whether it's a spouse, heaven forbid, a child, anyone, it's a really dark time and it can be very isolating. And Blood Cancer United exists to ensure that those families are not alone. And again, we have come so far in the world of treatments and outcomes, but there are still people who are not winning every battle. And we're here to alongside them to ensure that we're having more success stories and more patients in remission.
And how about, what about you?
I agree wholeheartedly with what Katie said, and I'll add that one of the greatest things that this campaign and these funds can do is to give patients not just the support, but the feeling that they don't have to think about their electricity over the care of their loved ones, because that ultimately comes down to some of those decisions that they have to make.
Yeah, so this is all about making sure that you can put the families and the people that are actually going through this disease first, and all the other stuff can sort of be taken care of.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us. Definitely looking forward to the gala in a few weeks. I'll be there. You guys will both be there.
Yes, absolutely.
And we're looking forward to it. Again, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you for having us.